Hello again. My name is Frank Aba-Onu. I am the president of the Minnesota Association of Black Lawyers. As we continue our series discussing some of the issues that come through the Chauvin trial, we want to make sure that we're keeping these issues top of mind so that you're understanding issues that apply and affect us, whether racial equity issues or making sure there's transparency and accountability. So I have three things I want to briefly talk about. The first is when you saw the opening statements, I think it was very important that you heard Jerry Blackwell talk about trust your eyes. He talked about Chauvin, he won't let up, he won't get up. And when you heard Eric Nelson talk, he's tried to make it seem like there was a crowd of angry individuals who affected these officers from doing their job. But I want you to think about that. We all saw the surveillance video showing this crowd of individuals, maybe 8 to 12 people at any given time. And so I want you again to think, use your eyes, trust your eyes when we're looking at those situations. Chauvin didn't get up, won't let up, right? Knee on Mr. Floyd's neck for 9 minutes and 29 seconds. This leads me to my second point. You heard witness testimony from Donald Williams, one of the individuals there who spoke up and asked the officers to let up, to get up. And instead, we get from the defense a picture of an individual who was an angry black man. He wanted to paint Mr. Williams in this overused racial trope. And we've seen racial tropes before, overused stereotypes characterizing black individuals as angry, beasts, lazy, all of these things. And you know what? Mr. Williams stood up for himself. He said, I'm not going to let you characterize me as angry, right? Only because he stood up, he spoke up, he's now characterized as angry. I'm angry. I think the whole world should be angry. And you know what? Mr. Williams and every other person there should be angry, right? We saw inhumanity at its greatest. We saw an individual, just like Mr. Blackwell said, who wouldn't let up, wouldn't get up, standing on an individual for 9 minutes and 29 seconds. Why wouldn't you be angry? And if you're not angry, you need to ask yourself those questions, why? And that leads me to my last point. Mr. Blackwell in his opening said, I'm going to show you a bouquet of humanity, discussing and showing you and telling you what happened. He did just that. We saw young folk, old folk, black, white, people from different walks of life, all there telling you the same story. They saw the murder of a black man and they tried to stop it. Now, there were people, minors, there were older gentlemen and ladies and women talking, and they poured their hearts and souls, both literally and figuratively, on the stand over the last 3 or 4 days. And they relived this trauma. And you saw the toll it took on them. And we, as a society, have relived this trauma. And it's powerful, but it also takes a toll and it's hurtful. So we ask that we show love, respect, and kindness, especially to the people who stood up, the people who took the time, energy, and bravery to be there to testify, but also to ourselves, to our BIPOC community. We've seen violence on the Black community and the Asian community in recent events. We need to take time to realize the toll and the dramatic effect all of this is taking on us as a society, and just be kind. So we'll continue to broadcast on this on a weekly basis, but thank you for listening and thank you for tuning in.